Yeah, we have idea to make a serious video talk about the before 2019 COVID pandemic. I do not know. So first topic, I will say I do not know. We breathing 20 pounds of air. So that's every day we make around 22,000 of breaths, and some kind of all this air, every little breath we breathing around 500 milliliter and adding up, and then you just, if you can weigh it, so that's around 22 pounds. So that's tremendously quite a bit of quantity that flows through the lung. And they're counting around 3.5 gallon. And if you see a 3.5 gallon water, that's quite a bit of fluids, but it's in the air form and flows through the lung. So you see this air, the quality, and the air is not always be the same quality, and but we have a lot of the artificial thing in the air. There are time when I wear the nasal filter, and people question that why you wear that, and you cannot smell anything, you cannot see anything. Um, and some will even say that I like the air God created. I don't need anything filter that. So we all breathing God created air, but God's creation was polluted by artificial human activity. All these and air pollution and automobile driving and sometimes indoor like cooking. So all this you have little particles, and sometimes it can generate by ourselves some kind of virus and bacteria you spit out when you breathing, when you sneezing, and floating in the air. So all of that is in this air, and large quantity it flows through the lung, and so it can make a tremendously impact to the health. And when we talk about the air come to in the body, if you see what we took in our body, we eat water, we drink water, we eat food, so through the mouth and go to the stomach. That's the one way come inside the body. So another way is get deep inside the body is breathing directly into our lung. So all this untreated air through the lung, and in the lung between the air and the blood, to facilitate the better the gas permeation or exchanging the membrane. You cannot be sick because in a second time you need to make a lot of the exchange about oxygen and CO2. So that's why the membrane, the sinus membrane, for the alveolar or the small balloon is zero point 0.1 micron. That's a very, very thin. You compare, with different organ system, the lung compare with the stomach, you see the membrane, the thin layer of the membrane, and that is our stomach membrane is around 1,000 times thicker than the lung. So you will see that how fragile the lung is. We see the soap bubble. You will blow a bubble, soap bubble is like so fragile that you touch it and pop, touch it, pop. So actually, the alveolar and the sinus part is just like the balloon bubble. So that's why it tell you how the lung is fragile. And in that layer, small layers, and this side is blood, another side is air. So anything in the air able to transfer into, not only the oxygen or CO2 molecule can transfer, but also some other matters, some small particles or some matters that can able to transfer. That's why COVID-19 virus, you breathe into the body and you can get in the blood and then go to all your organs. You see the small particles, sometimes some metal particles in this automobile, the gasoline, and they can get into the blood and get into the brain. And some brain tissue, you can find this small particle. So a lot of other small particle and get into a different, heart, get into different veins anywhere. So all the small particle is a foreign objective, so they can cause microinflammation, and adding up, it can hurt in the body. That's why the large quantity, 22 pounds. That is I heard about that. So if you just sniff, you think the air just is so light, it's barely no weight, and so even they have a little bit toxic, but it's so small quantity. It doesn't matter. It doesn't count to hurting you. But when you think about every second you breathing air into your body, every day you breathe in 22 pounds of the air into your body, that large quantity and cumulative effect. That's why how the air can influence our health so tremendously. Like the air is accounting for 1/3 of all the health issues what we have. So if you're counting all the root cause of all these health issues, and the air is accounting 1/3 of that. So we will make more video talk about how the air impact the health and all this one. But just from the common fact that why air matter, because we breathing lots of air. We breathing, if you buy the wheat, this air probably 10 times we drink the water. So how can we say the air is not important? Because we perception the air by feeling, by looking, by smell. We cannot perception that. We cannot see it. We cannot smell that. We cannot feeling that. But with a little bit, and every second we are breathing. Every second we're breathing. Little bit accumulated up, and it causes great impact to the health. 22 pounds air. 22 pounds air. That's like around 10% of our body weight. And for some, 3.5 pounds a gallon water, you probably hard to lift it up. But all this air, every second is flow into the body, and deep into the body, deep mingle in with the blood, and with a thin layer, such a thin layer between them, so that not only exchange oxygen, CO2, but exchange other things. So the every liter air we breathe into, their every liter blood flows through the lung. So 100% the blood flows through the lung. Every heart pumping the blood flows through the lung. So all this air, blood will exchange with the air you come in. So they are like so intimidated, mingled together between this thin layer and the membrane. So that's why they exchange stuff quite a bit. Exchanging, any toxins, particles, and all that, it can get into the body. So that's why, so if you take so much air into your body, that quality is matter. That's why, for the places you have some places that has good air, and some places have the low quality air, and it can make a tremendous life, how long you can live. It can make around 10 times difference. That's amazing. That's amazing. So this episode, what we just focus on is just air. We breathe in lots of air. Air even is light. You don't feeling that, but accumulate, that's a lot. So the air quality is a matter. That's why air is the matter. So this episode, we just want to hammer that fact that we breathe in so much water, so much air. So much air. So that's why air quality matter. To filter the air is make a big difference. Thank you to watch this video. And again, this inventor of PLC nasal filter, this pandemic invention to design to give you all-time guard, filter every breath of air you breathing through your nostril, and give you all-time guard, filter all this virus, bacteria, and toxin, particularly it's a bad smell, and every small particles, and also it can keep moist your nose constantly, so you never have a dry nose, cracking nose, and itchy nose or bleeding nose. And it also pre-warm the air so that you are not breathing that chill and dry air. So it really is artificial, intelligent nose that give you for any time the air deviate that your body requests around the warm, moist, any condition deviate. This one will help you crack it, bring to the most target content of the air. So this we have Etsy shop, searching PLC nasal filter. We have Facebook page, search PLC nasal filter, and also we have this YouTube channel, so that introduce people about this humble device from the pandemic. And I, no doubt, I believe that it will be a great contribution to the public health. Oh, the humanity, air, lots of air we breathing. Thank you.